Business Podcast with Frank Furness.
Well, hi everybody and welcome to Sales School, and this is Frank Furness, where we're going to help you make more money by mastering sales, dominating marketing, and really being happy. So we're going to start off by looking at prospecting in the next couple of episodes. Hey, this is Frank. Enjoy today's episode. Well, we're still working on those phones and that calling, and here's some of the other things that you've got to do. I mean, for me, this is really so important. Your planning is of utmost importance. I'm going to phone for 2 hours every day or an hour every day. Plan your calls and phone when it is convenient to the client. Sometimes it might be convenient to you at 8 o'clock in the morning, but if they're doing their emails, if they're sitting in meetings, it's not going to work. You've also got to set yourself a goal and a target. Now, for me, when I phoned every day, I phoned for 2 hours, and my goal was to get 4 yeses. I didn't care how many no's there were or how many people weren't there. All I wanted was 4 yeses. Now, I didn't know if those 4 yeses would come at the end of my phoning session or at the beginning, but that was my goal every day. You've also got to know what your phoning ratios are like. If you've sent up an email and you're following up, your ratios might be good. Cold calling in the old days used to work pretty well. Nowadays, your ratios are going to be bad because everybody is being bombarded by cold calls. If you are cold calling, by the way, you've got to be 1,000% better than anyone else. You've got to have great scripts, you've got to have great tone, great enthusiasm, and a great offering. Plan breaks as well, because it's really pretty exhausting phoning. You face a lot of rejection. So go in and plan those breaks. Every 10 or 15 minutes, plan some kind of a break over there. Lay out your work area, the planning before you even start phoning. Lay out that work area. Switch off your computer screen. You've also got to prepare yourself emotionally. You see, if you're feeling a little bit flat, if you don't sound enthusiastic, that's how it's going to come across. Everything is about preparation. You've got to know what you're saying, and you've also got to be prepared for the most common objections. I'm not interested, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. So everything is about that preparation. Now, a lot of the times, a call may be a follow-up call. So you've sent out something to somebody, and or you've given somebody a call a week before. They've said, send me out a brochure, send me out some information. Now, what you mustn't do is phone up and say, have you read the brochures? Because that's a yes or no kind of answer. That's the worst thing. It's the easiest way for them to get us. Well, no, I haven't had time to read the brochure. I haven't had time to go through the email. Just assume that they have read it and say to them, listen, you've got the brochure I sent you. Let's go over to page 2 of the brochure and take a look at some of the benefits. So you're assuming that they've got that. Some of the things you've also got to do on that phone call is start off with, I'm calling to review or just discuss, rather than I just wanted to see if you had any questions. No, I don't have any questions. And you did. So I'm just calling to review. Let's go to page 2 of the brochure and see where we left off last week. What I'd like to do is pick up on our last conversation over here. I'm just calling to resume some discussions. Let's discuss where we spoke before. Let's analyze some of the things we can do. What I'd like to do is review. You know, you said you were interested in our products or services. I sent out the brochure. So what I want to do is just review. You said you were interested in getting us in as a personal coach. What I'd like to do is just cover some of the most important points of our products or services over here. And then you're going to start getting some objections. And again, I've given you the objection script. Learn that off by heart. But some of the other things you can do there as well is what you're saying is correct. But let's have a look at some of the, don't you think that if we had to look at it in a different way? So what I'm thinking is, let's see if we can change the budget to fit in with your requirements. So can I take it that if we can deliver in 2 months' time, it's going to work for you? Would it be right to say that you don't have the budget right now, but if we had to look at 3 or 4 weeks' time or 6 months' time, we can go from there? So think about some of the useful paraphrase introductions you can be using as well. Well, I really hope you enjoyed today's podcast. And remember, if you'd like to book me to speak at your next conference or do some sales training, either in person or via Zoom remotely, please drop me an email, frank@frankfurness.com. Also, please take a look at my website, frankfurness.com, and take a look at some of my courses on productivitycenter.com. Remember also to connect with me on all of the social media channels. They're all under Frank Furness, especially LinkedIn, where I'm almost up to 30,000, and every day I have some great new ideas and tips on sales, marketing, speaking, and anything that will make you money. Hey, this is Frank. See you in the next episode.